So after FTX's Sam Bankman-Fried single-handedly destroyed the crypto market, let's see what he's got to say for himself from his latest Twitter posts. I'm sorry, that's the biggest thing. I fucked up and should have done better. Yeah, he should have, and you, my friend, are going to jail. I also should have been in communication more recently. Transparently, my hands were tied during the duration of the possible Binance deal. I wasn't particularly allowed to say much publicly, but of course it's on me that we ended up there in the first place. Yep, it is indeed, and again, you're going to jail, my friend. So here's an update on where things are. This is all about FTX International, the non-US exchange. FTX US users are fine. Treat all of these numbers as rough, they are approximations here. Yeah, so basically you're saying everybody in the US is fine, but all international customers, you've lost all your money. FTX International currently has a total market value of assets over collateral higher than client deposits. It moves with prices, but that's different from liquidity for delivery. As you can tell from the state of the withdrawals, the liquidity varies wildly from very to very little. The full story here is one I'm still fleshing out every detail of, but as a very high level, I fucked up twice. Yeah, you don't say. And again, you're going to jail, my friend. The first time, a poor internal labelling of bank-related accounts meant that I was substantially off of my sense of user's margin. I thought it was way lower. My sense before, leverage 0x, USD liquidity ready to deliver 24x average daily withdrawals, and the actual leverage 1.7x, liquidity 0.8x Sunday's withdrawals. Because of course when it rains it pours, we saw roughly 5 billion of withdrawals on Sunday, the largest by a huge margin. And so I was off twice, which tells me a lot of things, both specifically and generally, that I was shit at. Yes, you're right, and once again my friend, you're going to jail. And a third time, in not communicating enough. I should have said more. I'm sorry. I was slammed with things to do and didn't give updates to you all. And so we are where we are, which sucks. And that's on me. I'm sorry. Anyway, right now, my number one priority, by far, is doing right by users. It's a bit late in the day for that, my friend. And again, you're going to jail. And I'm going to do everything I can to do that, to take responsibility and do what I can. So right now, we're spending the week doing everything we can to raise liquidity. I can't make any promises about that, but I'm going to try and give anything I have to it if it will make it work. There are a number of players who we are in talks with, letter of intents, term sheets, etc. And we'll see how that ends up. Hopefully it ends up with you in jail, my friend. Every penny of that and of the existing collateral will go straight to users or until we've done right by them. After that, investors, old and new, and employees who have fought for what's right for their careers and who weren't responsible for any of the fuck-ups. Because at the end of the day, I was the CEO, which means that I was responsible for making sure that things went well. I ultimately should have been on top of everything. I clearly failed in that, I'm sorry. So what does this mean going forward? I'm not sure. That depends on what happens over the next week. But here are some things I know. First, one way or another, Alameda Research is winding down trading. They aren't doing any of the weird things that I see on Twitter, and nothing large at all. And one way or another, soon they won't be trading on FTX anymore. Second, in any scenario in which FTX continues operating, its first priority will be radical transparency. Transparency it probably always should have been given as close to on-chain transparency as it can, so that people know exactly what is happening on it. All of the stakeholders would have a hard look at FTX governance. I will not be around if I'm not wanted. All of the stakeholders, investors, regulators, users would have a large part to play in how it would be run. Solely trust. I think it's pretty clear that no one can trust you, but all of that isn't what matters right now. What matters right now is trying to do right by customers, that's it. A few other assorted comments. This was about FTX International. FTX US, the US based exchange that accepts Americans, was not financially impacted by this shit show. It's 100% liquid, every user could fully withdraw, modulo gas fees etc. Updates on its futures coming. At some point, I might have to say about a particular sparring partner, so to speak, but you know, glass houses, so for now, all I'll say is, Well played, you won. Not advice of any kind in any way. I was not careful with my words here, and do not mean any of them in a technical or legal sense. I may well not have described things right, though I'm trying to be transparent. I'm not a good dev and probably misdescribed something. And finally, I sincerely apologise. We'll keep sharing updates as we have them. Well, if you're sincerely sorry, I'm sure everybody, all the people that's lost millions and millions of dollars, will accept that, and you can move on, as can they, just much poorer. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more.